We're kicking off today with Bad Blood as the show opened with a brutal Hell in a Cell match that saw CM Punk get a hard-fought victory over Drew McIntyre. After the match that saw plenty of weapons, Punk was seen requiring an oxygen mask and struggled to leave on his own 2 feet, but McIntyre was reportedly feeling even worse. PW Insider reports that the Scottish Warrior was banged up after the match and legitimately hurt, and that he was busted open the hard way when hit with a metal toolbox. McIntyre required 16 staples in his head to close the wound, and it remains to be seen what's next for both himself and CM Punk after this gruesome war inside the barbaric structure. But what did you make of the Hell in a Cell match? Was Punk the right winner? And where do you see both men going from here? Share your thoughts down in the comments. In the main event of Bad Blood, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns teamed to face Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu in the OTC's first match since his defeat at WrestleMania. Thanks to the timely return of Jimmy Uso, Rhodes and Reigns got the win, and the 3 men held off a post-match attack by Solo, Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa. It was only with moments left on the show that The Rock made his electrifying return to WWE, and as we previously reported, he had been in Georgia earlier in the week. The Rock vowed to return on the post-WrestleMania Raw, and now his comeback raises a ton of questions and speculation about his future on TV. One theory being thrown around is that The Rock could replace Solo Sikoa as the head of the Bloodline, as Sikoa has routinely come up short in high-profile matches like we saw this week. If so, then it could be The Rock, not Sikoa, who leads the Bloodline into action in the much-anticipated Bloodline Civil War War Games match reported to be taking place at Survivor Series. Looking further into the future, Rock's return could be the start of the long-rumored match between himself and Roman Reigns, a match The Rock was said was at one time locked in. That being said, it was reported by the Wrestling Observer newsletter back in May that the plan for WrestleMania 41 is Rock vs. Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE title. Any appearance by The Rock is always a huge deal for WWE, as was the case at Bad Blood, and what do you want to see from the Final Boss after his recent return? Whatever's next for The Rock, the Final Boss had plenty to say after Bad Blood, as on his Instagram Live, he claimed that there's been a lot of bullshit over the past 6 months. The Rock declared that for all the hate out there, fans can't hate the Final Boss, as the Hollywood star continued to electrify long after Bad Blood had finished. With Dominic Mysterio suspended in a shark cage, Rhea Ripley seemed poised to dethrone Women's World Champion Liv Morgan until the timely return of Raquel Rodriguez. In her first appearance since February, Rodriguez attacked Ripley, giving Rhea the DQ win, but ensuring that Liv kept the gold. But why did Rodriguez return in the manner she did? According to sources, there have been talks about Rodriguez being used to help bridge the gap between Liv and Rhea, given the unmistakable size advantage between the two. The belief is that WWE has used as many shortcuts as they can to ensure Liv overcomes Rhea, and now Rodriguez will give Ripley someone her own size to work with in the ring. It's also been reported that WWE felt the Rhea-Liv angle needed something fresh to continue beyond Bad Blood, a role that Rodriguez, a former tag team partner of Liv, fits well. As we previously reported, Rodriguez teased getting involved before the show, as she shared a photo of her workout, as well as an image of the match's tail of the tape. Interestingly, this match may not have gone as planned, as Fightful Select said it was implied that the planned finish would have seen Morgan win with Rodriguez's help. However, the referee couldn't justify not doing a DQ finish given everything he saw unfold, raising the question as to whether the ref was supposed to have been taken out. By hook or by crook, Liv Morgan left Bad Blood still with the title, and what did you make of the return of Raquel Rodriguez? Sound off in the comments. Now, we mentioned that Bad Blood went off the air with The Rock, and while that is true, the action didn't stop for Cody Rhodes once he left the State Farm Arena. During the press conference, Triple H shared that Cody wouldn't be speaking, a surprise given how he's the face of WWE, but now we know why he was missing. In footage shared on social media by fans, it was revealed that Kevin Owens and Rhodes had heated words in the parking lot in the arena, culminating in Owens attacking Cody. The prizefighter savaged Rhodes until security intervened, and this turn comes after weeks of growing tensions between the two that have seen Randy Orton try and keep the peace. Kevin Owens even gave Bobby Roode a little shove before hopping in a very cool sports car and speeding off, while a battered Cody was assisted into his branded tour bus. Owens' issue with Cody is that he's been far too trusting of Roman Reigns, despite the history of the OTC that has seen both Rhodes and Owens on the receiving end of beatdowns. Now Owens has snapped and Cody Rhodes has lost an ally and gained an enemy in the process, and we'll have to see what's next for both men after this betrayal at Bad Blood. While Bad Blood was an exciting show, it was not free from errors, as there were a number of botches that couldn't help but take away from the event. In the opening Hell in a Cell match, CM Punk was preparing to jump off the ropes with a toolbox onto McIntyre, but dropped the item in question and had to jump down to retrieve it. This was an awkward moment, and given the 16 staples in his head, McIntyre probably would have wished Punk had just left the toolbox where it was after this unfortunate error. During Dominic and Liv Morgan's entrance, the two arrived in a lowrider, and it was clear that the impression was that the pair had only just arrived to the arena for Liv's match. That illusion was shattered though, thanks to a producer giving the pair a thumbs up, showing that they had already been at the show and were simply waiting to be given the go-ahead. Raquel Rodriguez's return also saw a botch as she put Liv Morgan on Rhea Ripley for the pin, forgetting that Raquel's own involvement had already ended the match in a DQ. In the Women's World Title match, Nia Jax attempted a Hurricane Rana on Bayley that did not get close to connecting, and a later Samoan drop was skewed due to Bayley's position. These didn't stop Jax from retaining her title, and while these botches are obviously something WWE didn't want, they didn't take all too much away from an otherwise impressive show. Finn Balor's war with Damian Priest was ultimately in vain at Bad Blood, as the Archer of Infamy got the win over Balor in another setback for the Irish superstar. Balor hasn't won a PLE match since Elimination Chamber, where he and Priest defeated Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, and we'll have to see if there's consequences for his loss on Raw. After Bad Blood, WWE's next PLE will be the annual Crown Jewel event on November 2nd, and that show will see the crowning of 2 new champions. At Bad Blood, Triple H revealed the WWE Crown Jewel Championship, with a men's and women's champion set to be crowned in Riyadh. These title matches will see the WWE and World Champions of each division face off against each other, though their respective titles won't be on the line. Right now, the matches will be Cody Rhodes versus Gunther and Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax, but those matches will change if any of these champions lose their gold before Crown Jewel. The game said that these championships will be an annual spectacle, and what do you make of WWE's brand new titles? Sound off in the comments. This segment with the game brought out Gunther, who proclaimed his impending victory at Crown Jewel, before having some scathing words for Bill Goldberg, who was in attendance. Based on Goldberg's angry reaction, fans immediately speculated on a match between the two, and when asked during Bad Blood's post-show about Goldberg wrestling again, Triple H said, "I saw Bill earlier in the day and it was great. I saw Bill later in the day and there was a different look on his face with a spark in his eye. I would never say never." Goldberg has been on the hunt for one final match before retirement for years, with his most recent bout being at Elimination Chamber 2022, and is a bout with Gunther something you want to see? And that was WWE Bad Blood 2024. And what did you make of last night's show? Share your thoughts in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching.